everybody, Jacqueline here. Today's video we are going to continue talking about the artist way. If you haven't seen my previous two videos, I'll link them down below for you to watch. But today I wanted to dive more into the morning pages. Julia Cameron, the author of this book, has two basic tools you use. You do artist dates, which I already made a video about, and morning pages. So that's what I want to talk about with you today. So what are morning pages? Put simply, the morning pages are 3 pages of longhand writing, strictly stream of consciousness. They may also be called brain drain, since this is one of their main functions, or as I like to call them, brain dump. There is no wrong way to do morning pages. These are daily morning meanderings that are not meant to be art, or even writing. I stress this point to reassure the non-writers working with this book. Writing is simply one of the tools. The morning pages are meant to be simply the act of moving the hand across the page and writing down whatever comes to mind. Nothing is too petty, too silly, too stupid, or too weird to be included. And she continues talking about the morning pages, but another main point of it is that it's a primary tool for the creative recovery, which is what this whole book is about. And I wanted to dive a little deeper into this. I want to give you tips on how to start morning pages, how to stay motivated, the benefits I have seen with myself doing the morning pages. So let's dive in, shall we? So what materials do you need to do morning pages? You need 2 things. You need a journal or some paper to write on and something to write with. My favorite pen I like to personally write with is my fountain pen. So these are the only 2 things that you need to begin your morning pages. So yes, you can go out and buy a brand new notebook if you'd like to, but I would also urge you to take a look around your home. Perhaps you have a notebook that you have halfway used or you've just begun it. Grab one of those and begin your morning pages. It helps you get over the fear of starting a brand new notebook. So that's just one thing that you can do. I have a notebook, I think it's somewhere in here, that I just finished. I had like 30-40 pages left and I just started my morning pages. It got me in the groove of it. And when I finished it, I went out and bought myself another one. How to set aside the time to do your morning pages. Number 1, you can set your alarm a little bit earlier so you can wake up earlier to do your morning pages. It's easy perhaps for you to set it 10, 20, 30 minutes early to just wake up so you can be able to do that. But I also understand that not everyone has that available to them because maybe you have kids and if you wake up, they'll wake up, or maybe they wake up before you. But that is one tip for some people that it might work for them. And maybe you do have kids, a roommate, a spouse, partner that you live with. You may need to wait until they're out of the house. If you're a person that works from home, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, maybe you're a self-employed person, you can wait till everyone's out of the house, kids are off at school, whoever's off to work, your roommates are gone, or maybe they're sleeping in or something, and now the house for you is more quiet. This might be a good time within your schedule to do it. Yes, it is good to try to do it as soon as you wake up. That's what Julia Cameron wants you to do. But again, sometimes you just have to start somewhere where it's quieter in your home for you to be able to set aside the time to do your morning pages. And with that, the goal is to do 3 whole pages every single morning. But to begin, you might need to start small. You can only do 10 minutes, which fills up 1 page, or maybe you can only do half an hour every single morning because 3 whole pages would take you an hour just to write out. It's good to start small and build your way up towards those 3 full pages, or more, I guess, if you are in a super writing flow. That's happened to me a few times where I just had a lot to say that particular day. But other days I don't have a ton to say and I can only get so far. But to begin, start small and then work your way up to it. It's a habit that takes some time, so it's good to always start somewhere. You can also attach your morning pages to something that you already do every morning. Do you make your coffee? Do you put the kettle on to make your tea? Do you sit at your kitchen table and just enjoy your warm cup that you've made of coffee or tea or something? Now you can add your journal and your pen to the table and you can go ahead and write your morning pages while you sip on your cup of coffee or something. So feel free to attach it to something that you already do. Or are you somebody who, when you wake up, you roll over to get your alarm off and then you scroll on your phone? Are you reading emails? Are you on social media? Perhaps try to do less of that or swap it out completely of doing your morning pages. Do you go to the bathroom and bring your phone with you and then you're sitting on the toilet just scrolling mindlessly or something? Try to spend less time on social media and on your phone and your gadgets or whatnot, and try to swap it for your morning pages. It'll definitely make you feel better to start your day just getting all your thoughts out instead of being bombarded with all the information of, everything that our phones and tablets and TVs and things can give you. So perhaps try to swap them out so you can get your morning pages in. And you might be thinking, I have so many things I need to do in the morning that when my coffee is going or the TV's on or something, I'm running around prepping my kids to get them ready for school or prepping myself to get ready for work. Another tip is the night before, you can prep as much as you can. You can set your outfit out ready. You can set everything up for your coffee. Like if you do French press or something, you can have all your components all cleaned already and it's already prepped for you in the morning, so you can get that done more efficiently, so you can spend more time writing in your morning pages. Now maybe the evening the night before is chaotic as well, but try right before bed to prep just something that will make your morning go a little smoother, a little bit more efficient, so that you can get those morning pages in. How can you motivate yourself to do the morning pages and to continue doing the morning pages? I have a few tips for you. One is to set your expectations low. You're going to have sloppy handwriting. There are going to be random thoughts. There are going to be unfinished thoughts, uncensored thoughts. Like there's going to be tons of things that you are just spilling out. Like we said, it's a rain dump that you're just putting it out there all in the pages. Also, don't expect to have life-changing results right off the bat or at all. Like maybe you won't have anything, but it will give you some sort of sense into what you want to do with your life as you're writing these out. This is a habit and a process that's going to take time. So just set your expectations low of what you're going to get out of this, and you can only go up from there. Also, keep your tools ready. Have your notebook, have your pen, have it sitting on the kitchen table if that's where you want to do it, or on your desk. I tend to do mine on the desk. Or it could be your coffee table because you're going to curl up on the couch and do it. But the night before, make sure your tools, these very easy 2 tools, are ready for you so that you don't have to run around and try to find them. Maybe it's on your bedside because for you it's easier to just sit up in your bed, turn your lamp on, and just write before you get out of bed. Because maybe when you get out of bed, that's when everybody else in the house is like, ooh, you're awake, let me go do things. So just make sure you have your tools ready for you to go for when you wake up and want to start writing. Another tip would be to track your habit of writing the morning pages. Perhaps you have in your notebook on the front, you can check it off that you've done each day that week, or in your calendar, if you have one like on the wall, you could check it off there, or in your planner or something. But it feels really good to check things off when you do get them done. So perhaps that's a good motivator for you to be like, whoa, look at me, I've done 5 this week, like I'm doing really well. But with that also, don't beat yourself up if you miss a day or 2. Sometimes with my husband, we've been out backpacking and I wake up in a tent and I have all my duties that I do of tearing down the tent so we can keep hiking, that I don't set aside the time to write my morning pages. Or maybe we are working and we are on the road and it's harder for me to do it in the car. I still do them, but sometimes I miss a day or so. And that's my tip for you, is try really hard to not go past 2 days of missing in a row, because you're trying to set a habit. And if you go past 2 days of missing it, you're going to start reversing that habit, and now your habit's going to become to not do it. So it's okay if you miss some days, but try really hard to not go past 2 days and just start again. It's totally okay. You could start your journal with, well, I missed the last 2 days. Sometimes that's when my journal is. So be okay with the fact that you might miss some days, but if you need the motivator of doing it, maybe having a habit tracker will help you stay focused. And with that, doing a habit tracker to stay motivated, another tip you might consider is to reward yourself. Maybe at the end of every morning of you doing your morning pages, that's when you can have your second breakfast or your second, mid-morning snack or something. If you do your morning pages every single day that week, you could treat yourself with going to a coffee shop and getting your favorite drink that you like, or going to, your favorite store and buying a little something. Or if you do it every single day for the whole month and you're like, yeah, I did this, then you can treat yourself to something bigger. Now, disclaimer, this isn't just a motivating thing to get yourself to buy things, because I don't want you to just feel like you have to buy things to motivate yourself, but try to find something that you know is going to motivate you. For me, I know every day if I get my morning pages done that morning, I can reward myself with having my favorite afternoon snack or something. My other job is being a photographer, so this is a way that I have motivated myself to get through editing a ton of photos. So when I get through a gallery or something and I'm like, okay, I got through the ceremony and the family photos, now I can take a break and do something like eat my favorite snack or something. So don't feel like you have to just buy things to motivate yourself. Figure out what works best for you that actually will motivate you. Maybe it's a favorite show you want to watch or something, to be like, I'm going to take a break and watch the Great British Baking Show or something like that. So just try to find something that will motivate you as a reward and set yourself up with some rewards of when you do your morning pages. And my favorite tip of motivating yourself is to romanticize it. Yes, you've probably heard of romanticizing your life before, but this is a great way, especially when you're getting started doing morning pages, because it's a new habit, it's a new thing that you probably haven't done before. I'm not a big journaler person, so I romanticized it for myself. You can set the mood by, I didn't light a candle. Oh, guys, okay, let me romanticize this video. Okay, that was not planned at all. I just forgot to light the candle before I began this video. Okay, back on track. Romanticizing it. You can light a candle. You can light some Palo Santo. I have that as well. You can have some wax melts if that's your thing. Maybe you don't like the smell of certain things, so maybe you just want to play some soft music. You can play on your phone. Maybe you have a little speaker you could, Bluetooth them up to and listen to soft music as you make your coffee and sit down to write your morning pages. You can wear cozy sweaters because it's the morning, you haven't gotten dressed yet. And you could curl up on the couch with a blanket and just make it feel really cozy. You can open your window because maybe it's a nice day and you just want fresh air coming in your home, or you can go sit out on your front porch or your back porch, or if you live in an apartment complex, you could sit out on the balcony. Just try to create this atmosphere that makes you really excited to get up in the morning and go do these morning pages. I don't want it to feel like a chore for you or something that you're like, I have to get this done. Try to make it fun and playful and cozy and romantic, and just set the mood, whatever suits you. Just set the mood and get to writing. Okay, the mood is set. You're sitting outside, windows open, candles going, you have your warm cup of coffee or tea or just some water, and you're ready to write. So what should you do first? One, I would say put your phone on airplane mode if it's not already. I always put my phone in airplane mode at nighttime because I don't want any notifications to go off and wake me up from my sleep. Also, I also just set all my notifications off so my phone doesn't go off very often. And maybe go ahead and set a timer. You could set a timer for 10, 20, 25, 30 minutes, whatever works for you. Start small and build up to it, and just have that ready sitting next to you, so when it goes off, you're like, whoa, I actually got through those 15 minutes or 30 minutes. So my second tip would be that you're just doing a brain dump right when you begin. Spend the first 5 or 10 minutes just any and everything that pops into your head. To-do list, appointments, things you need to go get at the grocery store or something. Just get it out, because you need to get all those things out of your brain so you can open it to then dig deeper. You can write about how you're feeling. You can write about something that you need to vent about, something that's annoying you, something that's great that you're really excited to do this next week or something, or just get into that flow. So brain dump, get it all out there. That's usually going to take up the first page or so, and then that will lead you into your second and third page. Your mind's going to open up. You're going to start having other things that pop up. You might get on a tangent of something, of a great idea, or something that you just need to get out because something random will pop in your head and you're like, I need to dig a little deeper and figure out what this is meaning. So brain dump for the first 5-10 minutes or so, and then move into those second and third pages. Push through them, because your brain's just going to give you more information that it's wanting to get out on the pages that you may not have even known that you needed to get those thoughts and those feelings out. So stick to it and you will get to those 3 pages in no time. Feeling stuck, not knowing what to write? Julia tells you in the book that if you ever get like this brain freeze and you don't know what to write, to simply put, I don't know what to write. I don't know what to write. I don't know what to write, over and over until something else will pop up into your head. Now, you can do this. I have done this before, but sometimes you just need a little bit of guidance to help you, just kickstart something for you to write about. I would suggest to go online and find prompts to write out your own questions and prompts, or even I have down below a download for you with some prompts just for you to have something to be able to write about. So my tip would be, if you have all those prompts ready, you can put them at the front of your notebook. You could just tuck it in here. Sometimes in the back of notebooks, there's like that extra little pocket. Print off the prompts, put them in the back of your notebook, and you can pull them out if you're just needing that spark of something to write about. You could also print them all off, write them all off. You could cut them into strips. You could put them in a jar, and then you could keep it on your desk or wherever you're doing your morning pages, and you could randomly just pick one and be like, oh, this one asks me this question, and then just write about it. Now, the main point of doing the morning pages is to do a stream of consciousness, get it all out there. I'm only suggesting doing prompts at the beginning of your journey of doing these morning pages, because again, you may not feel comfortable or used to just writing out all your feelings and thoughts and ideas. So sometimes having a few questions or one question a day or something to just jumpstart your writing flow is a really good thing. And then over time, you are going to not need those. You are going to be able to just write more freely, and these morning pages are going to be much, much easier for you. Another tip for when you're writing your morning pages and it's just flowing and you get this great idea of a painting you want to do, a artist date you want to go on, a whatever thing pops into your head that you know you want to do, either you can take a highlighter and highlight that, or what I did so that you wouldn't have to swap out writing with another utensil is I would, in the margins, I would just draw this little light bulb, ding, light bulb moment, and I would put it off in the margins of my journal so that I could, at the end of my morning pages, go back, read just what that idea was, and go copy that into maybe your ideas journal, or maybe you have a list on your phone of things you want to do, things you want to paint, things you want to write about. So that's just another tip for you, that as you're writing your stream of consciousness and things pop up that you know you want to do and you don't want to lose it, I just drew a little cute, I guess maybe it wasn't very cute, it was kind of sloppy, but I understood that off in the margins when I drew this little light bulb that I knew that it was an idea that I wanted to make sure that I accomplished later. Because one of the things is to not reread your morning pages, because you don't want to judge yourself of what you wrote about, because sometimes it might be really petty things you're writing. That's the point of getting them out in this notebook, is to get out of your brain and then you never have to speak of it again, essentially. But that's why I like putting my little light bulb in the margins so that I can quickly afterwards go write it down somewhere else to where I can go get it done or dive deeper into the idea. Like for me, sometimes it was YouTube ideas that I wanted, that it was like, oh, this is a good YouTube idea. Write out a quick thing in my morning pages, copy it over to my YouTube journal that I have, and then I can delve deep into that later. So that's just another little tip. And if you just really don't know what to write, you don't know how to start, like maybe your brain dump isn't dumping, like it's not getting out there, something that I have done, that I've also done actually in my film, How to Be a Naturalist, is the first thing is you sit down with your journal and you use all 5 of your senses, your sight, smell, your hearing, your touch, your taste, and describe everything around you. So you could just start your morning pages with the smell of your coffee, the sight of the morning light coming through the window. Just use all your senses, write down everything, and it's a good like sensory dump instead of a brain dump. And it just kind of helps you get the juices flowing, the ink flowing, your hand moving across the page. It's like a good little warm-up thing that you can do. So that's another tip that you can do if you're absolutely in a pickle and you don't know how to begin. What are some of the benefits I have seen while doing morning pages? Number 1, it's a place for me to vent, to get my emotions out, to write every petty little thing that is bothering me, irritating me, whatever. I'm getting it out of my head and I'm putting it on the page. This frees up time that I might have spent venting to my friends, to my family, to my husband, that is better spent having quality time with them. So I have noticed that by me putting it on these pages that no one's gonna read, I'm not gonna read, it's just gonna be on these pages, that I can spend time with my husband now, not venting, not complaining about things that are going on that are so minuscule and they don't really matter. So I notice that I'm having a healthier relationship with those around me by me putting all my petty little things on the pages. It has also helped me come up with creative ideas. Like I mentioned, where I'll draw the little light bulb like in the margins, I come up with ideas that I want to paint, or an idea of, oh, I want to go do this art related thing with a friend of mine and go to a museum or do something. It gives me ideas that otherwise may not have come to me because my brain has been blocked by those petty thoughts, those concerns I had, those to-do lists, those mundane things that don't really matter, that I just need to get out on the page so that it frees up the space for me to come up with creative ideas that I get to do, not only for myself, but also for you. I come up with my YouTube ideas. Like I have so many ideas in my morning pages that I then transfer to my other journal. It's a good place to clear out my mind, to come up with really creative ideas and fun things I want to do in my life. And then with those ideas, if I find myself always writing about it, like when I first started this course at the beginning of the year, I noticed that I was always being pulled towards wanting to make YouTube videos, wanting to make videos or courses or things or something to do with a camera and me and what I wanted to teach on, what I wanted to talk about and inspire people. And I saw that I was continuously writing about this, like every day, every few days, it was just creeping up in my morning pages to where you're gonna notice that because you're doing your pages every single day, or as roughly as close to, every day as you can. And you're gonna notice a pattern of things. If maybe you want to go on a trip, you want to do something that you didn't even know you wanted to do, and you're gonna see that pattern and you're going to now want to set a goal to do those things. You can be like, oh, I wanted to fly off to this part of the country or go to a completely different country, and then you can set some goals and some steps in motion to achieve those things. So that's such a cool thing that I got from morning pages, was seeing these things that I didn't even know I wanted to do. And it's really, really amazing to think about just getting those mundane things out of my brain and my mind to free up space to now create amazing things. Like, how simple is that? And that's one thing I really love about these morning pages, is how simple it is. It's taking some time every morning to sit and write and take time for yourself to do this. And again, you may not get life-changing things that happen in your life, but if anything, it's giving you some time alone and some time to reflect on your life and what you want in life and what you're doing in life that you love. And it's just a really, really cool thing to do. And I really urge you that if you're doing this course, to really, really push to do these morning pages every day as often as you can. Again, don't beat yourself up if you miss a few days, but really, really try to do it, because you're going to find some things out that you didn't even know that you wanted to do. So in conclusion, morning pages help you be better in touch with your emotions, better in touch with ideas that you have. It can help you see more of what you want to do in life, or maybe that your life is great right now and you are just so happy and you have all this gratitude for the life you're living right now. Don't feel like these morning pages and this whole course is just to make you change your whole entire life. Like, that's not what it is. It's to help you unblock your inner creativeness, to help it do things that you want in life. Like if you're a painter or a writer, it's just going to help you move past anything that might be blocking you and just get you to where you want to go. And these morning pages are going to help be a roadmap to even just figuring out where you want to go, or that you like what your life is now, but maybe you do want some more time to do alone time to journal in the morning, or maybe you want to journal a second time in the day. Like, who knows? Like, the possibilities are completely endless. This is just going to help you observe your life more, see what you love about it, see what you might want to change about it, and just help you grow as a person, because don't we all just want to grow as we keep getting older? And I think that the Artist Way and morning pages, the artist dates, are just perfect ways to do that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you really liked it, and let me know in the comments how morning pages have helped you, how they haven't helped you. Maybe you're like, these things have not helped me at all. Or maybe you have some tips for someone who is struggling doing the morning pages. I hope my tips helped you, but perhaps somebody out there has more ideas. On my last videos, I've had people give really good ideas for artist dates and just Artist Way in general. So you can go check out those videos and those comments as well. And I just love this community. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next one. Cheers.